with the hand movements. Now, there are only a couple of main hand movements we use because the whole point of the difference between Taekwondo and a lot of other martial arts is that Taekwondo focuses mainly on the leg, using your leg in kicks. We don't do very much punching or anything. So, but there is a couple that we use. We start out in every class, sometime during the beginning of the class, tell you to go out into a horse stance. This is one more stance I forgot to add in. We usually only use this stance for this one thing, so I'll just teach it to you now. The horse stance, you go out like this, you bend your legs. It's a very wide stance, just like you're riding on top of a horse. So he'll tell you to go out into a horse stance, and he'll just step out like that. This is just called straight punch, and then he'll call Master Huggins, or whoever your master is at the time, will call out the numbers, say hana, do, set, net. You'll just do your punching exercises, and you might have to do double punches. Same thing, you just do it a little quicker. So for one count, it'll be hana, do, set, and so forth. And then we never go past a triple punch. Usually on triple punches, we will say Taekwondo, so you go Taekwondo, and you'll just do that over and over depending on which kind of punch how many punches to do at one time. So he'll tell you before you do it, of course. There's also the jab. We use that to get into a ready position. And the jab is a really quick punch. It's with the very front hand. It's punched like that. So it's not coming like a straight in punch. Should be all the way from back here. See the difference? That and that. So a lot of times we use those two, the straight punch and the jab punch, as a combination. Let's say hana, do, set, and so on. See, we also have the knife hand. That is open-handed knife strike. All you do for that, you won't see, it is now 2 o'clock. To wait for the clock. Okay, now, this type of strike is your stance is the back stance again. And most people you will not see using the back stance. Most people will just stand like this and do it, but that's not how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be in the back stance. For this, you'll be in a ready position. You'll use the hand in line with the leg. The left leg is out, your left hand will be out. So that means if you're going to do the knife hand strike, your hand is open, you're bringing it to your ear, coming out. At the same time, your fist will be moving back here. So from this, we'll go like that. A lot of times we'll also use that in combination with a punch. So we'll go like this. When you do the punch, though, you'll be in a front stance. So back stance, front stance. Back stance, front stance. That's something we do in class very often. Those are all the hand movements. So that's all you really need to know for that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to show you what some of the exercises we do in the middle of the class. These exercises are a lot more difficult and everything than the very first exercise at the beginning of the class. In the middle of the class, we usually do some exercises such as push-ups. Normally push-ups we do 25 to 30 of them. Normally 25, depends on whatever master you have and everything. While you do, make sure you try and do them right. So this will really build up the muscle in your arms. What you'll do is you'll go down like that. Don't touch your stomach to the floor. Then you'll come back up. Lock your arms when you come up. Down to the floor, lock your arms. And don't have your knees on the floor going like that or something, because that's not right. And whatever master you have will probably get onto you if you don't do them right. Might say this, if you do them right and you don't do as many of them, that'll be better than doing them wrong and doing the right number of them. So just try and do them the best you can. And if you run out of breath doing them, that's okay. You can get up anytime, you won't mind. Another exercise we do during this time are called kickouts. We usually do anywhere from 50 to 70 of these, of course depending again on what master you have. Okay, this is the totally wrong way to do this. You do not flop your legs up and down like that. You push your legs out. You use your heels. This is my dog, Skippy. Anyway, you use your heels. You push out like that. Okay? That's why it's called a kick out. It's an exercise. Okay? And we'll usually we'll line up on the floor and everything, and he'll count, or he'll get somebody else to count, and he'll say, hana, do, set, net, dosa, yosa, yago, oh. So that means you do 10. Going down the line, you'll probably have about 5 people counting to 10 each separate time. So making about 50 kickouts that you'll have to do. So each set will be 10. Let me think now. Another one exercise that we do is just crunches. A lot of people, crunches are hard, but to a lot of flexible people, they're not. What most people do for this is you'll cross your legs and you'll bring them up like that. You put your hands behind your head, and you don't bring your whole back up. It's not like a sit-up or anything. You just bring your lower back up, not your whole back. You just go like that. It's very easy. What it does, though, is it builds up the muscles in your stomach, so they'll become tighter, and you will feel some pain after you do those, but not after you get used to them. The last exercise that we usually do is called a crossover. Now, a lot of people do these wrong, too, so pay close attention to how I do them. Once again, you bring your feet up like that, put your arms behind your head. Now for these, you can either keep both knees up, or you can cross one knee over like that, depending on which arm you're doing. Okay, now if your left knee's up, then your right arm is going to be going over to it. It's called a crossover. It makes perfect sense. You just go like that. Bring your elbow to your knee. You'll do a couple on this side, and you'll switch to the other side. You'll do the same thing. You don't have to touch your knee, but just get as close as you can. And those are crossovers. And that's all, normally, all the mid-class exercises that we usually do. Okay, these are some of the paddle exercises we do in class. You'll get in partners, and one partner will be holding the paddle, and the other will be doing the exercises. And the normal exercises we do for this, we usually start out with a round kick. So when he counts the first count, he'll say, hana, kick like that, put it down in front of you. And then he'll say, do, kick like that, put it in front of you, step back a little bit. So that'll look like all together. He'll say, hana, do, set, net. He'll do a couple more than that, but that's normally the first kick we do. Second kick, by the way, that was the half round. Next one is a full round kick. This one you are supposed to be, like I said earlier, you are supposed to be hitting with the ball of your foot. If you can at first, then don't worry about it, just kick flat-footed. But you're going to go all the way around this kick. So the first count will be like this, hana, do, set, net. Then he'll tell you to switch feet. Just switch feet like that real quick. When you switch feet, try not to just go really slow like that. Kind of skip to the other foot like that. Okay, this is just the other leg now. Do, set, net. Okay, that's the full round kick. See, now we do a lot of times the back hook kick. That's a very hard one to do. Probably the one most people have the most trouble on. And that's usually the person who's holding the paddle. You need to get the paddle where their head is. That's about right for me. But if they're starting out like a white belt, yellow belt, maybe green belt or something, then you need to start out a little lower because they're not as flexible as the higher belts are. But for this kick, and kind of slowly come around like that, you just pick up the back leg and hit it. And depending on your balance, you either go like this, like that, or either you'll hit it, come down, like I can't even do it like that, but you might have to hit it, come down like that, then put your foot in back, depending on how good your balance is. So we'll count for that and say, hana, do, switch feet, hana, miss. See, my hips are bad, so I can't do it. Hana. See, I don't have good balance for that one. we go. Like I said, depending on your flexibility on whatever leg you're doing it on, you might need to have a lower or higher. For me, I need it about right there. Okay. And you might throw in a couple kicks just for really good, what's it called, aim. So what you'll do for that is your partner will take the band off of his arm. Then he'll hold it like, he'll put his hand on it like that. Strap it around like that. He'll hold it about right here, outside of his body. For these type of kicks, for this kind of use, you're like usually doing a back kick or a side kick. Side kick, go like this. You're really aiming on coming around somewhere within this. You know, it's a really big aiming type of thing. So you try and hit probably around where this white circle is. If you can see that, you'll hit that with your heel, or at least try to. Okay? And then we also do the back kick. This is a very hard kick to aim with. Turn around like that, kick straight back, try and hit it, and more than likely you will miss the target. But if you're doing it with the other leg. Okay, so that's the back kick. And there's one more kick that we normally do. It's called the axe kick. For that, your partner is going to be holding it on their hand like that. It'll be kind of flat, at an angle kind of flat. Yeah, hold it a little bit like that. And that's usually head level for the person too. This is the axe kick. You just bring your back leg, come on around like that. So, the other foot. Okay, and that's usually all the paddle exercises we do, except for the end. He'll say, huddle. Y'all both get into this position. That person will just put that on their side. You'll both bow to each other. Bow.
Oh.
And then you'll hand it to you. That's all.
Hit my face.
Luke told me to hit his hand behind the
Better
forward.
Ronnie Frank thing. Hit my hand.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, Dad. Tell me when you can see both of us. I'm going to show her how to down block first, though.
Okay.
So stay out of the way. Okay, go ahead.
Rolling.
Then I'll ask Dad to come out. Okay, ready?
Rolling.
Okay, we're rolling. Okay, next I'm going to show you the very first 6 one-steps you need to know. You have about 23 by the time you're through with them. But I'm just going to show you the very first 6 one-steps, basic ones that you're going to need to know, like, right now. So, this is how you're going to stand if you're the person who is, well, let me explain what the one-steps are first. One-steps are a way to defend yourself from somebody punching at you. So if you're actually the person who is not doing the one-step, so if you're the person who's actually coming in and doing, Dad, come here.
Hurry, old girl. I'm going to beat you up.
See, like my dad, he's going to get in the position. He's just going to put, you always have to have your right foot back. You go in a down block position. Go ahead, Dad. That's how you start out. And then when the person over here yells, they come in with a straight punch. Back up. Okay. They're going to come in with a straight punch. So he yells out first. Then I'll yell. Hey. Then he'll come in and do whatever, and I'll do whatever. He'll come in with a straight punch. Come in with a straight punch. Then I'll do whatever one step I need to do. So if you're on that side, you just start out with your right foot back, and come in with a straight punch, and you'll be punching with the right hand. Now, if you're the person defending yourself, this is the very first one step. Okay. Okay, stepping out with your left foot, going to block with your left hand, it's blocking away, and you're going to punch, do a double punch to the ribs, then one straight up to the head. Okay? I'll do that a little faster for you. So you sound off. You sound off to make the person come in at you, and you sound off at the end. That's another big aspect of Taekwondo. Is sounding off. It's called key up, and that is you make up whatever sound you want to. So you just go hiya or kia or hiya, whatever you want to do. You just do that. Anyway, I'm going to show you the second one now. I'm going to show you the second one step. Hey. This one you're stepping out with your right foot. Do the same thing, beginning out the same. Block with the right hand. Punch to the solar plexus. It's right there. Then you're going to do a knife hand, outside knife hand strike to the neck. Hey. Hey. Okay. This is the third one step that I'm about to do. Back up just a little bit. You need a little more room for this. Okay. Hey. Okay, you're going to start in with the left inside axe kick. Block the hand away. Going to come in, use a side kick to the solar plexus. Bring it back, bring your foot all the way to the back, and then do a back kick to the solar plexus once again. Hey. Hey.
Hi.
Okay, this is the fourth one. Hey. Okay, this you're just going to do it straight in. You're going to make sure you're out of the distance of the punch for this one. Going to come in with a straight in side kick, right to the solar plexus. Bring your foot around. Now you're going to do the front jump kick to the chin or anywhere on the head. Hey. Hey. Okay, here's the fifth one. Hey. Going to step out with your right foot, do a straight inside kick to the solar plexus, bring it down. You're going to punch with your right hand to the head, or to the chin, or to the nose, anywhere on the head that you think would be good. Hey. Hey. And of course you want to keep a safe distance. If you're not really doing this to somebody, you have to keep a safe distance from them so you don't actually get them. Okay, here's the last one. It's the sixth one. Okay. This you're going to start out with the inside axe kick again with the left foot. Block the hand away. Straight inside kick. Bring it down. Punch it to the face. Yeah. Those are the 6 one steps that you need to know for white belt.
And here's the dummy. Who's good for practicing that
I
with.
will get hit. I get real good from getting hit.
Excellent.
Hey, Bandy.
Okay.
I get to get hit again.
Well, you're the dummy.
Okay, I'm going to show you a couple things. When you spar, spar is the fancy word just to say fighting. And start out in the Junbi position, both of them. Then you go into a fighting position and you sound off. Here's our sound effects man. Anyway.
I am Kung Fu Master. You will die.
And don't let that bird get on my shoulder.
You put up.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Now, in sparring, you're trying to use a lot of combinations. So if he's coming at you...
Yeah. Distraction is one of them.
If somebody's coming at you, well, actually, when you first start the fight, you really need to try to
Don't
get
push
in
on
on
the chair.
them. You need to try to get in on them first. Would y'all shut up? Not you, Uncle Jerry, just Ben.
I am Kung Fu Master. You will die.
Ben, shut up,
My Kung
please.
Fu is better than you.
Anyway, you have to start in with a couple combinations. So, one good combination is side kick, step in, side kick. So, do the side kick, then you step in, do the side kick into the solar plexus. That's one sparring thing. Okay?
I am Kung Fu Master.
So,
You will
I'm
die.
going to show you that in a little bit of a faster motion. Okay, so if y'all start, okay, side kick, step in, side kick. Now knock the person back. When you really spar, you're going to have on gear, so it won't hurt. So you actually do make contact, but not when you light spar like we're doing. Okay. See, a couple of things where blocking come in use. You need to block like when somebody does an axe kick. Use a high block. So use a high block. Okay. Now I'm gonna try and keep his foot up when I do this. I'm going to do that. Then you could come in with something after that and try and knock them down. Come in with a round kick to the ribs or a side kick to the solar plexus. And now we're just going to do a little bit of free sparring. You know, just come at each other, get killed. Okay? Oh yeah, one more very good thing is the back kick. When you do the back kick, you're going to try and be in let's see, what is this? Open or closed stance? This is an open stance. Anyway, and if my dad comes in with a round kick, then you can do a back kick on him. That's a very good defense to the back kick. Do that one more time. Okay? Now we're going to do some free sparring. That means...
Same thing on the other side.
Oh, well, here's the other side.
Make contact.
You're really aiming for the solar plexus there to hurt them.
Oh,
Okay.
I love getting hit.
So I'm going to pretend if you're doing light sparring, then this is what it'd look like. Okay? You start off. You use a lot of blocking, any combination you want.
Hit me.
See, that would be a good one because I would have hit him in the solar plexus.
You're so fast.
And that's another good quality of sparring, being fast. Blocking is very important. And if someone keeps on punching you, you run. Okay? Sometime during the fight, your master will clap. Go back to June B. Dang, quit! You go back to June B position, and you bow, and you shake your opponent's hand and head.
And they kick you in the...
And that's the end. Spar like that. So you'll have gear on and you make full contact. And you're also very tired.
Gamecocks, boo! Clemson, yes!
That's what I thought.
Clemson, Gamecocks, yay! Boo!
Taekwondo.
Okay.
Okay. These are called the forms, and we do these usually at the end of class or near the end of class sometime. Sometimes we don't do them at all. Forms are just kind of like a dance, Taekwondo dance as I call it, and they aren't for fighting or anything. They're just nice. You just learn a lot of technique in these forms. First one you're going to start out with is the basic form. Now I'll show it to you very slow, but I'm not going to explain what's happening in the form because you can watch that on a more professional tape. Very much more professional tape. Okay. But you always start out in a June B position. Okay. In this form, I will tell you though that you're going to use all front stances. That stance. So, three very good things that you need to know, or three qualities of the forms that'll really, give you good points if you're in a tournament or whatever, or impress people, is to have very snappy moves. The difference between this, that was just a very slow move, and then that has some snap in it, and it's very fast and clicky. That's one thing. Another thing is you always need to sound off in the right places of the form. Usually it's at the end of the form. Sometimes there's a couple in the middle. And then another thing about it is make sure you stretch very well, and you don't just be so lazy on your form and everything. You got to really put your all into it. Okay, the first one you need to know, this is called the basic form, and is to promote to your yellow belt, which is after the white belt. So you learn this one as a white belt. Okay, you start out in the June B position. I'm going to start now. Okay. When you're through with your form, come back to June B position and you'll bow. Okay, the second form is called Taegun 1. This is to get from your yellow belt to your yellow-green stripe. which is advanced yellow belt. Okay? Start June B once again. This mostly has walking stances in it. Okay? Okay, this is Tegu 2. This is to go from your yellow green belt to your green belt. I think that's it. Let's see. Yellow to white, and white to yellow. Oh, this Tegu 2. I think it's while you're at your yellow green stripe belt, you learn this form. It's Tegu 2. Okay, this is when you're a green belt, you learn this form, next form. It's called Tegu 3. Okay. Notice on most of these forms also that the same place you begin in, you also end in. It's not on all the forms, but most of them. This is Tegu 4. This is when you're a blue belt, you learn this. Okay, this is the one that you learn when you're blue-green stripe. And let's see, it's Tegu 5. And no, actually it's the one you learn when you're a blue belt. I don't know, I'm all mixed up on that, but it's Tegu 5. Okay. Okay, now we're going to stop for a break. This is Tegu 6, and I'm not going to bother telling you which belt this is for because I can't remember, but it's the 6th, actually it's the 7th form you're going to learn, including the basic form. Yeah. Now I'm going to go to Tegu 7. This is the one I've gotten up to so far. Okay. let me check on the little pad here. That is the end of what you'll need to know for a while. And I hope, Colleen, that this will help you with some of your classes. And I had a very fun time doing this. Bye.